Antigua and Barbuda will be on a global showcase, and we want to literally showcase the best of Antigua and Barbuda, and we do not want to have any gaps in our presentation. I'm pretty sure that the conference facility will be very impressive. All of the internal systems, IT systems, and so on will be on par with global standards. But the last thing I want is to have the exterior looking extremely raw and unprofessional. So we'll have to move pretty quickly to manicure that space. Yesterday we were spoken to Public Works. There seemed to have been some misunderstanding in that they didn't recognize that they had a remit to prepare the space. So we have made that abundantly clear that between them and National Housing, they should be leveling and certainly bringing in the topsoil. We've asked AUA to bring in the grass, be it grass suds or even grass turf, artificial grass turf, or a combination of both. And National Housing will put in some plants as well. We want to make sure the place looks absolutely professional. It should be a delight for them to come here. We want the surroundings itself and the whole spirit of the conference to be energizing. One that will make a difference, and one in which that others would want to recommend Antigua and Barbuda for future conferences.
Welcome to you all into AUA. The continued support that Prime Minister that you've continued to provide, as always, is much appreciated. The university has been pouring a lot of resource into this. Actually, the meeting I was just in, it was just to really ensure that our students continue to flow in, which obviously helps to support this as well. But we do feel comfortable and confident in the position of the campus as well as the position of the conference center itself. I think as we continue to finish the exterior, there's some minor work on the building itself, touch-up work to, as you mentioned, presenting it and showcasing it to the world, that we do expect that we will be able to do. The AV equipment and so forth, we're on schedule as far as the installation of that. They would have commissioned AC and other things like that over the last couple of days, signed off on that. So we're there.
we've been able to see a great push in community roadworks. As it stands right now, though, we are planning on increasing our workforce, and that will be able to allow us to have some more crews on the roads. And so you'll be seeing some more intense roadworks happening within the next 2 months. We've also had the blessing of the cabinet to purchase some equipment as well that will help in creating more opportunities for greater roadworks to be completed in the various communities. So with the increase in aggregates, and also with the new equipment that we'll be getting, we'll be able to increase our productivity on the roads and bring some sort of relief to the residents.
Awesome. And timeline for the completion of the Boys Training School?
The Boys Training School, it should be 1 week out to completion. There were some things that the Ministry of Transformation wanted completed before we handed it over, so the goalpost would have shifted just a little bit to include things like kitchen cabinets and very simple things that we're now working on to completing, and very soon we'll be able to hand it over. So far so good, and National Housing is the one who is managing that project.
Thank you. And update on repairs to St. John's Magistrate Court building?
For the St. John's Magistrates Court, the last thing that was due was the generator. Within the last couple of weeks, Cabinet would have authorized a payment for the purchase of this generator, so we're just waiting for it to be landed here in Antigua. The contractor is about just maybe 2 weeks out to completion, and so we'll be able to see by the middle of May some sort of movement back into the Magistrates Court. So far, we've been able to create a few new areas where lots were created for sale under the Ministry of Housing and Lands. So you're looking at the Dunbar's area that was completely sold out within recent times. So we sold the lots there for commercial and residential purposes. In addition to that, we have an area up in the east named St. John, and that area would have seen sales for the LEP, which is the Land Empowerment Program, where we offer land at $3 a square foot, and of course regular priced parcels as well. That is about maybe 80% complete, so we are still taking applications for there. There's also another area that we're offering lands for sale under the ministry. This one is on the Chapa as well. This is the Table Hill Garden near to Liberta, and we will have parcels under the LEP, that's at $3 per square foot, and also regular price parcels as well. So we have quite a few areas that are coming on stream soon. There's another one that is going to be near the Lindsay's area on the Chapa as well, but that's very preliminary right now as we're doing the design for it. But we have just over 20 acres we're going to be developing near to the stadium, Sir Bibbs Richards Stadium. So we have quite a few parcels coming on that will be offered for sale to citizens. And insofar as housing goes, we are still pushing forward with Oliver's Estate under the National Housing and Urban Renewal Development Company. So far we have over 200 houses that are on ground. As it stands right now, though, all of our employees are engaged and our subcontractors. So we're at a point where we're practically full in terms of the capacity that we can take on at one given time. Again, finding skilled labor is still a challenge. So it so happens that it slows down some of our projects from time to time. But we're still pushing through, and as houses are completed, we're able to take on new projects. We also have some build on your own land as well under National Housing and Chapel that are coming on pretty well too. These are individuals who would have owned their private parcels before, and so we're now building on their own private land. So that's still going on the National Housing and Chapa. For Chapa, we have an area at Boland's Jennings that we're building out a housing project. That's coming pretty well, as in addition to the one at Oliver's. So we have approximately 36 houses under construction over there, and we do have parcels for sale over there as well, and in Jennings New Extension. So under the housing and lands portfolio, we have quite a lot happening, and we continue to push and provide the citizens with affordable, sustainable housing and the opportunity to own their own piece of the rock.
Thank you so much.